Hello everyone, this is A Spartan here with a Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile. Today we have my True Draco Demise deck. It's been winning me a good amount of tournaments. I believe I've won 4 in a row-ish. Like it's been doing really well for me. It won me the Yu-Gi-Oh! Game Day, and it got me the first place in the sneak peek for Code of the Duelist. So it's working pretty good. For the Code of the Duelist sneak peek, I went 3-1. My records for each match were 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, then 1-2. I lost in the final round, but since I got those 2-0s and the 1-2, I won a game in the final match. It was good enough to keep me in first place, which is pretty cool. But yeah, this deck has been doing me some good. I know it's going to get hit. Masterpiece is too good, Diagram's really good as well, and Card Demise is just stupid. So this is what I've been running, and hopefully it doesn't get too damaged. I know there's still Draco decks in the OCG, so maybe I could adapt it to what they're playing. I know there's a spellbook lineup that they're doing with the new spellbook of knowledge. So let's get into the deck profile here. It is a 40 card deck, and here we go for the monsters. There's only 7 monsters in the deck because of Demise. So we have 3 Masterpiece, the true Draco Slaying King. He's the towers of the deck. He's just dumb. So you tribute 2 things: monster, spell, or trap, and he gains protection. You can banish a continuous spell or trap, and pop a card on the field. Quick play speed. So he's just dumb, and he's a 2950 both attack and defense. So he's a good beat stick. So 3 of him. Sometimes I do cut him out during sighting, because seeing 3 of him is a little bit too much, but I like having 3 in the main board. So then 3 of the Dynamite Knight, the True Draco Fighter. He is your trap searcher. So whenever your opponent activates a card, effect, or an ability, or pretty much, yeah, activates a card or an effect, you can search for a trap to activate on the field or add it to your hand. Most of the time you get True King's Return and activate it, so you have so if they get him off the field somehow, you could special summon it back on the field. So, and he's a 2500 beater, which is really good with 1 tribute. So this is a pretty much Summon Skull with more awesome abilities. 3 of those, and the last one is a Majesty Maiden, the True Draco Caster. Just like Dynamite Knight, she searches out for creatures. So there's only 7 creatures, so you just search for the Knight or Masterpiece himself. Most of the time you go for Masterpiece if you have the play set up to tribute summon him. So just only 1 of her. She becomes a 26 beater with Diagram here. So she's 23. So she's decent. Only a 1 of. And that's it for the creatures or the monsters. Then let's get to the spells. So we got 3 Diagram. Boosts your True Dracos, gives them protection in battle once per battle. They can't be destroyed, and you get to pop a card in your hand or on the field to search for a True Draco card or True King card. So very stupid. If your opponent lets you keep this on the field for whatever reason, you'll keep getting the advantage, and eventually you just overrun your opponent. So 3 of these for sure. It will get hit, I'm pretty sure. 3 Terraforming. You gotta search for that Diagram. So I run 1 more field spell, which we'll get to towards the end of the spells, because it's a tech card. So, but 3 Terraforming. True Draco Heritage. So during your main phase, you can draw cards equal to the number of True Draco or True King types of cards that went to the graveyard during that turn. So monster, spell, trap. Most of the time you get to draw 1 or 2 off this card per turn, because you could pop cards on your field with Diagram or tribute them because of the True Draco's abilities to tribute continuous spells and traps to summon themselves on the field. So, and yeah, this draws cards, giving you extra tribute summon per turn, and if it would go from the field to the graveyard, you could pop a spell or trap card on your opponent's side of the field. So most time you draw whatever cards that went to the graveyard already, you draw 2 or 1, get the extra tribute summon, tribute itself for a monster, and you get to pop a spell on the field. Really, really dumb there's always a repercussion if they MST or Twin Twister or something. So 3 of those for sure. Disciples of the True Draco Phoenix, 3 of these. This is the Emerald of the deck. You get to shuffle 3 True Draco or True King cards into the from the graveyard to the deck, and you draw a card. Really good. It continues your plays. It puts your monsters, since there's only 7, you can recycle them into the deck. And it gives you the extra tribute summon ability, like Heritage, and the pop ability to pop a spell or trap on the field. So 3 of those for sure. Helps you recycle your monsters. Card Demise, 3 of. It's a stupid card. This is a back row deck, so you open your hand, you have a monster with 3 of the cards in the Card Demise. You lay those 3 down, tribute for True Draco, play Card Demise, keep continuing your plays, draw cards, set a bunch of traps, stuff like that. It's a really dumb card. I'm expecting to get hit, but it needs to get hit. It's really dumb. It's really good. So, and there's a clause with after the battle phase, if you do attack and you do damage, you can still play Card Demise and you'll still get the card draw, because this says your opponent takes no battle damage, takes no damage after the card resolves. So you are allowed to continue your plays and draw cards. Pot of Duality, 3. You look at the top 3 cards, you put one in your hand, and shuffle the rest, and you can't special summon for the rest of the turn. With this deck, you don't special summon at all. Usually at the end of your opponent's turn, you special summon. So 3 of these let you just dig deeper into your deck and gets you that card that you need. So 3 of those. I usually side one out as well, since we're trying to look for answers instead of digging more. So then we have Upstart Goblin. It's a 39 card deck technically with this in it. So, and the 1,000 life points given to your opponent, don't care for it. You could beat through it really quick with these monsters. The Monarch Storm 4th. It's good. I never see it, so I'm contemplating to replace it with something. I don't know if I want to replace it with an additional trap card, or add a Regeki in the main board, or Maxine in the main board, something. I don't know, but I hardly see it, and I'm debating whether to take it out. It's still a good card. So, one of that. And now for the tech of the deck. We have 2 deck lockdowns. This has been doing a lot of work here locally for me. There's a lot of Blue Eyes players and a sprinkle of Zoo. One of my friends at locals, he plays. He's been playing Zoo since they came out, so they search his deck a lot. But every deck searches, and a lot of them special summon from the deck. So neither player can add cards to their hand except by drawing them, and cannot special summon monsters from the deck, and get destroyed after the second standby phase. So turn 1, you get this in your hand, you set up and you play it, and you say go. If they can't get rid of the field, most of the time they set, pass, and you're already set up with Masterpiece or your back row being dumb. So it's really good. It's a 2 of, and I do seed enough to where it's not a dead card all the time. So then the other tech is the Domain of the True Monarchs. This is, I put it specifically to hurt Zoo. This is, well, it's a meta deck, so Zoo is one of the hardest matchups when I play, at least, with this deck. So having this Domain lock out their extra deck, they can't do any of their stupid plays. And if it's with deck lockdown as well, they better have a Twin Twister take out both. Else they're locked out of everything they do. They could set and pass, essentially. So one of those, it's good tech, and it's searchable if Terraforming is dead, and you have stupid stuff to play off this, and you have that, and it's just all good. Now for the traps, we have True King's Return. We got 3 of these. So if this is sent from the field to the graveyard, you could pop a monster on your opponent's side of the field. So the spells pop spells and traps. The traps pop monsters. So that's really good when it hits the field or the graveyard. And also has 2 abilities. You can target 1 True Draco or True King monster in your graveyard and special summon in defense mode. And for the rest of the turn, you can't special summon. So at the end phase of your opponent's turn, special summoned a masterpiece that was sent to the graveyard somehow. And it's back in defense. You can put it in attack mode, and boom, there you go. And then the second ability is during your opponent's main phase, you can immediately tribute summon a True Draco Tree King monster. So if they try to pop a monster on your field, you can respond with this, and if you have Masterpiece in hand, you contribute this and that monster that gets getting popped for Masterpiece, netting you the pop ability and protection from a trap and monster. Pretty good. So the trap ability is really good. Then 2 True Draco Apocalypse. This one I might get rid of the Monarch Stormforth for a third one of this. I'm finding it more searching out since we have a lot of Chaos Max players in our area. So this deck searches out already, but having that third one, if I draw into it, cool, I could pop it, pop a monster on the field, whatever, and it's tribute fodder for my monsters. But same clause, pops a monster when it hits the graveyard. I could tribute summon on their main phase, your opponent's main phase, but you can target one other True Draco or True King card you control, destroying it. If you do, the attack and defense of all face monsters your opponent's side of the field becomes half their current attack, even if it leaves play. So if it pops, whatever, that Chaos Max gets cut down to 2,000 attack. And that's how this deck at least stops Chaos Max. Excuse me. But yeah, it's a dumb card. Most of the time you have both of these on the field, and you get to use them in sync, essentially. For last taps, we got 3 Solemn Strikes. Everything's an effect monster in the game now, so 3 strikes. And the 1-ofs Imperial Order, I'm expecting this to be banned as well. It's just too good, especially with this deck where you could tribute summon it for a True Draco monster, or yeah, that's essentially what you do with it. Yeah, that's too good. And then the last card in the deck is a Skill Drain. It's really dirty against a zoo, so if they're trying to go for their plays, flip it, and you shut down their plays for a pretty good time. So, really good. That is the main deck. I will go over the side deck, but like all decks, all side decks, it pretty much pertains to your meta. So this one, I have a mixed meta, some meta decks, a couple zoo, some other random stuff, and just a lot of blue eyes, a lot of Lightsworn coming up. So I only have 1 Ash Blossom. I'm probably gonna go invest in a second one because this has been doing work whenever I do sight it in, and if they try to search for whatever or special summon, especially, boom, it locks them out. So 1 Ash Blossom, 1 Maxi. I am considering putting this in the main board. It's just, especially against Zoo, if they're going off Bow Baboon, and I just Maxi, then I get a free draw if they're going to go into Saber or not, let those sit there, or what. So Maxi's really good. 2 Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. This gets Zoo cards specifically off the field if they're trying to go for loops or anything like that, and any other monster that's really annoying that needs to stay on the field with their effect. So 2 of those. 1 Gamma Seal to get rid of anything that's protected. This could go against Chaos Max or another True Draco mirror match to get rid of that Masterpiece. Regeki, some wipe, board wipe. Dark Hole for more board wipe. 2 Cosmic Cyclone for the True Draco mirror match, and just other like Pendulum matchups. So we have to deal with like Pendulum Magicians where they get abilities if they hit the graveyard. Pure Iron Wall. Like I said, there's a lot of Lightsworn, Zombie Sworn going around in the locals. They're starting to pop up, so I don't want them activating Snow or anything dumb like Mizuki or anything like that. So can't be that. This doesn't really hurt with Masterpiece's ability. Like if I need to pop a card on the field, but most of the time it's like Omega or something that would banish themselves. So it would kill that for sure. 2 anti-spell fragrances for the Pendulum matchup, and Blue Eyes. And the last 2 cards I put in were Summon Limit. I did not use them in the... I put them in once in the last... my finals. I didn't see it, but neither player could special summon more than 2 times per turn. So this is supposed to stop Link summoning, which is not big in my area because Code of Duels is not out at the time that I'm making this video. So I think I'm a little early to use this right now, but it's in the side deck. I also I replaced Dimensional Barrier, and D Barrier is not that good right now because, well, Link summoning is coming up, so everybody's gonna be focusing kind of on making Link based decks. Yes, Zoo is still, it will hurt Zoo. This could hurt Zoo as well because they have to make a play into Trident if they want to get this off the field, if they don't have anything else to continue their plays, but that interrupts their plays a bit because they have to go into Trident and then proceed with their plays without ending on Trident. So just 2 of these. Like I said, with every meta it's different, so play whatever fits in your side deck with whatever deck you play. So that is the deck profile for the True Draco Demise. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it wasn't too long for you. Like, comment, and subscribe on the video. If you enjoyed it, let me know if you had success with your version of True Draco Demise. Like I said, I think I've won like the past 4 tournaments with it. So I'm really comfortable with the main deck. Just the one, the Stormforth is the thing that's kind of iffy on keeping in the deck or not. But let me know if you guys would make any changes to the deck, add anything, take away stuff, some cards for sideboard, especially against Zoo. Zoo, Zombie Sworn, and Blue Eyes. I wouldn't mind hearing suggestions to play against those and any of the random stuff that might pop up in the future against Link summoning especially. So like, comment, subscribe, thumbs up, and bell me, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Later.